Hi everyone. Okay, so I did a lot of things, and I changed up everything. Instead of 3 episodes, we're only gonna have one, because it was just I did a lot of work. Um, I was completing challenges, but if you recall, we had a whole entire setup in Narian, which was great. Don't get me wrong. Let's see if I've discovered. Yeah. So we had a whole bunch of things happening. You know, we had a whole bunch of planets that we had constructed. Cassium there. Anyway, so I had moved everything. Now, if you recall, I believe we were on what planet was it? Doesn't matter anymore because we're no longer residing there. We no longer Antrophon, which honestly it wasn't a great move, only because of the wait time. So when you're trying to obtain more materials and you think, okay, well, if they're being mined, you'll go ahead and just sleep. The place I have chosen is, I believe, the Ixil system. And I moved everything, and that's what took a long time in itself. But I got into the Ixil system. We showcase around what we're working with. So you can see I have a multitude of bases. First off, Ixil 6C, satellite of Ixil 6. We're looking at helium 3, and what is this one? Alkanes. Forgive my pronunciation. And we're also looking at our main base, the foundation, which is going to be iron and aluminum. So we have that here. So I have two bases here, obviously one for fuel, and the other one's just a bonus. And then of course our main base, our main building blocks. We have a base here for ionic fluids. And what's great about this is that ionic fluids is a large place, and it's on top of fluorine. And possibly even on top of copper. And of course water, so I'm thinking that the ionic liquids is in its own right. We might have some deposits of water here and there, and if I think honestly, if I'm being totally honest, I believe no matter what, you can actually mine the water from the ground, siphon it, if you actually is more appropriate. So that worked out because I have ionic liquids there. We go on over here to, oh, by the way, that was Ixil 6A. Then we have Ixil 1. And here we're going to have our uranium, our iridium. This planet, oh no, pardon me. I didn't choose this one for the uranium and the iridium. This one I chose the nickel and cobalt, which was pretty easy. If you take a look at the landmass, it's probably best bet is to look for this landmass here. And then just move up. What I call the, for some reason, it looks like Australia to me. Just a little sideways. So I call this Australia. Landed here. Nickel is right here. One on top of the nickel is cobalt, so you can mine both of those. It's perfect. Then I came over here to Ixil 2. Ixil 2 is where I have. Now this is what we were aiming towards. And this is another thing. Is the reason I moved, I believe, to Ixil was because I said there's got to be a way to get, you know, gold and antimony, and I believe I was also looking for copper. So I landed over here because I think the area I landed in, it goes from frozen plains to volcanic. So I try to choose, you know, a spot that I thought I could get copper out of as well, just as a bonus, not really necessary. But we have our one thing there. Let me double check. It should be antimony. I also, the reason I have that fuel is because I also have a landing pad. What do you call it? The inner system cargo link. So I'm able to travel all the way to Narian, okay, and pick up. No. It's either Narian or Cheyenne, because I do have a spot in Cheyenne, and I'll show that real quick. There's one spot, if I'm not mistaken. It's right here, Kodos. No. Well, speaking of Kodos, we went into Kodos. Waited on finding a place with solvent. Solvent can't be mined or siphoned. However, there are plant life. And if you go to the specific plant life, be it either... If I can find it. Let's do this. This is better instead. I literally selecting the spot? Yeah, I was. So you select either swamps, savanna, I was able to locate, even though it's not done, but I was able to locate mountains, a flower or a plant that had produces solvent. Because remember, in Narian, I kept that one. I decided not to move it because if you recall in Narian, we have Sumati, and Sumati actually has our sealant, right? It's down over here. So two things we have here. We have our tetrafluorides, right? And we have our sealant. As a bonus here, we have water as well, but that's mostly for the sealant to grow. Of course, since we have that tetrafluorides there, that also gives us a chance to take and siphon up the tetrafluorides, take it over to the planet with ionic liquids, and then we can make our, I think it's called isotopic coolant. So perfect, that knocks that out of the way, because you know how a lot of the things take that coolant. Dalvik, of course, because later on we want to set this up. I don't believe I've set this up all the way, but it's for the Kessium, regardless. And just in case, the whole planet is filled up. Okay. Now, before I keep going and before I finish off with Ixal, you're probably seeing how I'm able to see every little bit, right? I can see the entirety of the planet. Certainly when I survey it from space. That's because I filled up the perk all the way, and I'll get to that in a moment. But as far as it went, I'm creating my zero wire, so let's see, where do we have our silver? Not there. Is it here? AG, yep. Looks like it's it. Yep. And I have another thing with copper, which the copper is being transported up. Cargo link going over to silver, and of course I'm mining lead as well, I believe. So that works out. Creating my zero wire, and then the zero wire is getting sent over here. So Ixal 2, where the antimony and gold is, and I have a bunch. Now, from the beginning, I was working with the rank 1 or the level 1 storages. Now I'm at level 3. Again, I was grinding out all the challenges because I said this is not great. This is not good. You know. Again, over here on Ixal 5, that's where I found silver. Of course, it's on top of lead as well, so that can't hurt. I wanted to try to get close to copper. I couldn't, and I couldn't really. To me, I couldn't tell until I got real up close, and I said, "Oh, there's the difference. I see it now. They're just shades darker or light. Oh, shades lighter. Colorblind. Anyway." So we have those two separate there. I have Ixal 2, and then I also have Ixal 3B. Ixal 3B is here mostly just for beryllium, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just for beryllium. I don't have anything else. That's all I was really looking for. There's some other planet where I can find iron, aluminum, and beryllium. Actually, it is this planet, but I didn't want to try to look, and I've made the base before I found it. And honestly, I think I could see where there was iron here, and then there's chlorine here, but I couldn't find a spot where I could overlap them. I don't believe so. I believe every time I got close and I said, "Oh, what's this?" Chlorine. I said, "Okay, what about this over here?" Chlorine. I said, "Where is the aluminum?" I tried and tried and tried, and I couldn't do it on this planet. Because we do have it. We have our iron, aluminum, our beryllium. Now, if you remember in Angevon, we can find easily get those three all in the mix, the same one, and if we're lucky, we could even get helium-3, but not on this one. So I said, okay, it's not that it's not impossible, it's just that it's going to be very hard to do so, very time-consuming. Let's see what else we have. Ixal 8A, and this is where I have my plutonium, beryllium even if I need to, but I have my plutonium, my iridium, and my uranium, which are that were the ones that I need the most. Mostly the uranium, and that's for, and that I haven't really actually touched, so I can go there, but there's nothing really growing right there. I do have uranium being mined, but that's pretty much at the bare minimum. So let me go and show you what's happening here. So I am on Ixal, what was that, Ixal 5C, no, Ixal 6C. Ixal 6C, had my iron growing over there, I got my aluminum. The only reason I did this, okay, so I remember hearing about people's ideas about, you know, you should build around your base, like using the storage to make like a wall around your base. And then what ends up happening is if you have intruders or anything, they have no choice but to, you know, come around, and they'll try to find a way in, but they can't find a way in, you know. And I've had intruders already, just, you know, ecliptic, I've what do you call them, spacers, even crimson, oh my god, I forgot their name because it's been so long, but crimson tide, crimson red, crimson fighters, basically crimson pirates, doesn't matter, any type of NPC that's going to come in here to kill anything in here, they can't shoot from outside and destroy, which they already have, my power supply, right? They can't shoot and destroy my mines because I can come in here, and if you see right now, I'm at 42 of 42, which is fine, but there was one point I came in here and I was at like 6 of 18, and I said, what is happening? What is going on? You know, how do I have all these things standing and everything? And of course the game is glitched a little bit, so everything was turning, everything was functioning, walked up to each machine, and everything had full health. Like, it didn't say integrity, full health, everything was at full health. But until I looked at it and I saw it change. So, for example, if I highlight it here, it says move, toggle view, delete, and build mode. What ended up happening is that it read repair, but it says it's producing and it had full integrity. I hit repair, all of a sudden my total power is shot. It's like, oh, it's just a bug, it's closed. Okay, so I have to kind of investigate everything and read. So yeah, so I can build, see, like right there. I don't know what that is. He's coming down. That doesn't look like a pirate vessel. Oh no, that's mine. Killing 3. Anyway, got scared for a minute. I was like, God, here it comes. So then what I did, instead of surrounding my entire base, because I thought that's going to take a long time, I'd rather just cover from the outside, keep my turbines and other things safe, put turrets up, my aluminum, if I can actually, there we go, if I can hover, my aluminum, since I just needed producing aluminum, I said I'll just build around them, they're fine, they're safe, they're good. This though, yeah, this, I gotta figure this out, because I also somehow screwed this up, so I gotta rebuild a lot of this, and that's gonna take so much time, but you know what, it's fine, that's on me though. Luckily, I think one thing can hold up to 600 units of iron, I mean, dependent on the element, but all I did for this board was I put turrets. I said, okay, should be good, should be fine, turrets are set up, they'll shoot, they'll kill, everything. Good to go. Now, that's the foundation. Secondly, the ship. Okay, I know I'm gonna get into the actual build itself. But what happened here is I changed the ship yet again. I changed it multiple times until finally I found one and said, okay, this is gonna be my final build for now. For some ungodly reason, I like to build around the top docking module. Granted, I can put it on the bottom, but I love to build around this. If you have this too close to anything, like I have right here, I think if you have too many things on top, it'll for some reason read, even if I had weapons on top right here, on this back half, and it said, it gave me a warning that said the docker needs to be on an edge of a ship. Move it around, it doesn't matter. So apparently I can have one little thing, cool. But I changed out all the storages now. So my cargo says I can hold at least 3620 mass, which is fine. You can see here, I've got cargo underneath, got cargo here. Unfortunately, what I don't like about these cargo things is that you can't place something else, because I'd probably place another set of cargo. And I thought, oh, that sucks that you can't place anything like right here, even though it's open-ish, like a brace or something. Or even right here, just kind of have a brace going around, and just to kind of create like a little shape right here, and I could hold more storages right here, put two more right there, you know. Just like I did over here, I have this right here, and I should put a storage, but I think I was trying to save up for fuel and, you know, keep it looking good. But I can go 23 light years. My mobility is at 22, which isn't great. My top speed is 150, which is decent for this kind of cargo ship. The mass is, you know, 1384 max crew. I just need me and Vasco. I can hold one more if I need to. We haven't upgraded the ship anything as far as the reactor. Reactor's at 20. My equip power's at 32. So usually I'm in engines, shields, and my grav drive. Other than that, my weapons are the same ones. I changed back to the thing here. I used to have the bigger one, the what do you call it? The cockpit. Changed it up again. Went back to the original. Missiles here. Got the cannons right here. I got the lasers on the bottom underneath the docking bay, or the landing bay. Excuse me. Switch out the landing ports. So just went around. I found this combination of engines to best suit, so it's fine. I have a workshop. I've got a science lab, and of course the other thing I work around is having the Galactic Frontier hab. This is the unique hab. We have a research station built into the wall, and then you have a nav computer in there as well. Of course you have your bed, and of course I also kept it where stuff was on this side, so I have a door here, and it doesn't take away from my restroom that's over here. So I just like the look of it on the inside. Kept it simple once more. Didn't want to do too much other than that. Now what's going to happen is you can see the cargo though. Oops. Let's look back at that. You can see the cargo. I wish I could point out with a pointer, but you see a ship overview. Fuel 600. Okay, hold 592. All right. Cargo 5430. So that's because, again, as you can see already, I've been adding perks. Okay, we already had commerce done. I went in. I need to get a rank up, a skill point, so I can rank up my stealth. And I think what I'm going to do now that I've got it going, I'm going to just make a live. So actually, I can't talk today. You know what? Water, just in case. All right, yeah. Pause the video. Okay, I'm drinking water. Okay. You probably paused. You probably didn't pause. Who cares? Point is that I started doing lives now. I had my first live January 16th. It was a GTA. Anyway, beyond that. So what I might do is to upgrade challenges, instead of having videos showing me, you know, like go through each and every individual challenge, you know, because that can take time. That can take a lot of time. So I just do lives. Anytime I say, okay, I'm done ranking up, I'm gonna do lives, then boom. Which I'm probably gonna do either tonight when this video uploads, or later on. Secondly, Beyond that, I was rigging up some stuff because I'm going to start to get more into combat. I need to start getting into, making my character, okay, now I need to get to dangerous places now. I need to survive. So, just in case, we have our astrodynamics. We've had that, right? So, not only has our graph jump range increased by 15, another reduced fuel jump drives by 50%, which is great. So we can go further for 15%, and it doesn't cost us as much fuel, 50% less. Increased grab jump range and reduced fuel cost of jump drive. So in other words, at 30%, that's fine. Reduced fuel cost of jump drive by 50%, which is perfect because we can pretty much, with the setup I have right now, you can get across the star system. There's a few places that we can't hit, unfortunately, but that's gonna change though when we get some of the ship perks over here. Geology, was at rank 3 currently. I'm just going around the planets and I'm just literally with my mining laser just picking up whatever. Medicine I gotta work on, that's just over time. I gotta work on this. Get the research methods. I need to get rank 4, sudden development, so which would definitely help. This is something honestly we probably should have worked on in the beginning. Rigging this up. This is terribly easy, but it's a lot of searching for the items. And it's just the little, I don't even want to say tedious, it's a mundane task of going from vendor to vendor, finding the things you need, and then breaking up like one piece of, one spacesuit mod, and then you're going, great, I gotta do that again for the next spacesuit mod. You can't even upgrade your entire thing yet, because you also need this. This is probably better. This is the same thing. I finally got this up, but I gotta do it again. But look, craft 15 spacesuit helmet or pack mods. Craft 15 unique food, drink, drugs, weapon mods, or equipment mods. Yeah. Don't those go hand in hand? Guess what? We'll end up having to get this too. And that'll make it easier. Because if anything, we'll have to steal, articles of clothing from certain places and then taking them. Scanning, maxed out. This helps immensely. Okay, you can detect uncommon resources, you can detect rare resources from ships in space, hence finding ionic liquids, hence finding some of the 4-star elements that are out there. Okay, I found a planet and I gotta look for it, and I'll show it in the live. But yeah, mastered these, went through botany again. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the rank up for that. Not really focus too much on zoology. Outpost engineering. Now modules. Every module costs 50% fewer resources, which helps immensely. I can create some metal wafers instead of 2 gold and 2 antimony and 1 0 wire. It's 1 of each. It's so good. It's so good. Special projects. I can create unique manufactured components. We're right now, I believe we're at exotic, or if we're at rare. Indicate wafers, I believe, or nuclear fuel rods are right here, exotic, which provide more. So yeah, we're crafting rare right now. We're crafting the semi-metal wafers. Our next thing is crafting the nuclear fuel rods, and then later on we're going to craft the adamantite drilling rigs. Or something else. We're creating something. Need to work on this so that we can not only just build on extreme planets, but also it increases how many outposts we can have. So that's a plus. We'll get to chemistry, we'll get to astrophysics. This will definitely help out as well. This is something that when we rank up, we'll need this. Just to discover a trait. This is, oh no, this is not what I think it is. This one. Extra units of power. We'll need that for sure, 100%. Ranked up payload. So remember how my cargo was at 3,000 something, but then when you really look at it, I had 5,000 something. So the reason being is because I ranked these up, and this was just a bunch of grinding of carrying X amount, 75% of your cargo hold, or more, which clearly is easy enough to hold a full amount or more.
And all we had to do was grav jump to different systems, and that's exactly what I did. Okay, and I'll go back to the star map and show you something. But I went everywhere, so now I can hold 50% more capacity. Perfect. Boost pack training again, that's maxed out, which is very helpful because we went from using a boost pack expends less fuel. Boost pack fuel generates more quickly, and then doubles the previous bonuses. I don't know how this is a bonus, but it's not. Security, need to work on that. We'll get there. Next thing, though, honestly, is I want to get into shields. You know, get into more starship designs, engineering, boost assault training. Need this. This will be fun. We'll get into this more later on. Particle beam weapon systems. Yeah, we missiles. We want engines. Pretty much anything, mostly for the ship. Shields, engines, piloting. Class B and Class C ships, we definitely need these. Especially because we're going to get into the Ryujin stuff a little bit later on. We're getting close. I want to go ahead and, you know, develop more into stealth, get my wellness in there, you know, get my fitness in there. We'll go ahead and get gymnastics. Let's see what else we have. Pain tolerance. You know, we'll start moving in here to physical. Decontamination, regeneration, concealment. Don't need that. Neuro strikes, rejuvenation. We'll get in there. Into the social, mostly for scavenging and theft. I haven't figured out if there's anything else I want out of here. Possibly leadership and outpost management. Additional cargo links, definitely need that. What would be great about it is that outpost extractors produce twice as fast, so that's even better. You know, other than that, again, combat. I want to get in here, start filling this out more. Making this a little bit better. Dueling, get it all the way. Ballistics, get it all the way. Pistol certification. I want to start carrying up, you know, handguns with suppressors on them or anything of the like that would make it more of a stealth character build. I like sneaking, kind of like how there's stealth archery in Skyrim. I like doing this because sometimes it just makes it easier just kind of sneak around and take out an enemy without alerting everybody under the sun, and they all come running. So always a great time. Other than that, yeah, so all I've been doing, especially for that payloads, to unlock, you know, your ship's like capacity to carry more cargo. You see how all these are glowing now? There's a few select ones, like for example, like look at Crix, right? It's lit up. It means that I can get. It's not red. It means I can get there. But see how these are bright? That's because I've been here. I've been to all these other ones. I haven't been to Heisenberg, but I've been here. Now I've been here. Let me see if I can find it though. Speaking of something, we kept Jaffa. Oh, Nirvana. That's where it is. We kept Jaffa Nirvana. Let me show you something here. Then I'm gonna end this video and that's gonna call it. This was amazing. This was incredible. Look at this. Okay. Let's turn it this way. Okay, we have vanadium. Oh, we got fluorine, copper, uranium, iron. You know, tetrafluorides, ionic liquids. Look what I have found. If I can get it to zoom in on the correct spot. Ionic liquids. Tetrafluorides. The ionic liquids is sitting on tetrafluorides. I've been here, and guess what? I found both. They're Nirvana 2. The Nirvana system, Nirvana 2. Okay? I found both as I was traveling around and trying to run the challenge of having 75% of my cargo or more and grab jumping. you know, and I think the last graph was like 50 times you had to do it. Okay, did it, found this planet. All right, if you need to know where it is, we all know where Jaffa is, and or here's the volley system, and volley of course has neon. Neon, you go directly to the right, you're gonna see Rivera and Bolivar. Directly underneath it, Nirvana. And just in case, here's the other two. Alright, all the way down here. You don't need to know all that. The point is from Volley, Olympus, Narian system, just kind of go down, okay? To this little formation, this little half U formation, okay? Boom, Nirvana. You'll find it, go to Nirvana 2. And then if we have to see it the way it looks, you know, again, I have I have my scannings complete. But if I take it away, all right, here's the planet. Here's the south of the planet. There's an ice cap there. Okay, no matter what you're looking at, here's a science outpost. Nothing really else. But here's another, again, an ice cap. But guess what? You do need a specific spot. And I didn't have to choose over here. I didn't have to land over here, try to get it. It's all frozen plains. See, that doesn't change. Frozen plains, frozen plains, frozen plains. It doesn't change. So I'm going to choose directly in the middle. Chose my spot. I was done. Landed there. Found them both. It's over. This is it. This is the planet you need to produce ionic coolant at the planet. Other than that, as far as it goes, I will need to get a Class B. I have tried every which angle to get over here to these planets over here. I cannot. It can cost too much fuel. I don't have it because I do need to get to Katydid. And for me to get here, no matter how close I think I am to get here, I will need Class B and the Class C for sure. Class B at very least. I think I can work with that. More fuel, better jump drive, better reactor. Because once I get here, I can get this is the only spot I believe in Katydid where you can get a certain element. I forget what the name is now, but you need that in order to create something out of some metal wafers. Indicate wafers, which is the next thing. Indicate wafers. We can make those, but we need to get to Katydid, which means we're gonna rank up. Which means I'll show you. Last thing, and then this is it. So I moved everything, as you can see. I moved everything here. Now time, again, waiting is not great here. Time is not in our favor. It was in our favor in the Narian system, but it is not here. However, since I now have access, and the way to get access is to work on your research. Get that to rank 4. To the point where it tells you well, let me just look at it. The one, oops, research method. No, not research methods. It's either outpost engineering or it's this one here. Or it could be this one here, but regardless, I got something. One of these two, I got them. Oh, I got them over there. I got it just enough that now it allowed me to build. Yeah. Gold 377. I could barely hold 100 and something in the radar side. Take a look. 76. Here's the worst part. Use it. I'm just gonna show it. Oh, I can't. Okay. We're gonna do it real quick. What's gonna happen here is I'm going to I'm going to show you this. Because remember, we're making semi-metal wafers, and we had a point where it was like, oh, we have to have a lot of storage because two gold and 2 antimony, or I think it was like 1 gold and 2 antimony, you know, and then 1 0 wire. Like, it's always been 1 0 wire, but it was just horrible still. You know, there's nothing we could really do. Look at that. 1 for 1 for 1. Not gonna do it, but now, just as we've been spamming and getting adaptive frames, let's show this real quick. Okay, it's always one last thing. Always is. Oh, when I took my crosshair off, I wanted to be a little bit more immersive. I figured, you know, a gun is one thing. Going into sights in first person just to kind of see. But as far as it goes, man, if there's credits on the floor, I'm gonna have a hell of a time. Anyway, so let's observe here. Iron and aluminum. I brought it up. Significant little amount, right? Let's do it one more time. See where we were at. Okay, so it's a slow build. Okay. Alright. I don't know why I did that. Didn't bring back out. Some middle way from me. Boom. Here's the second one. Boom. Here's the third one. Boom. Fourth one. Boom. The fifth one. You see where I'm going with this? Yes, it's taking as much time as it was before with adaptive frames. But guess what? Now, it's still much faster. And not only that, it might be still a little slow, but guess what? You'd be taking double the time to trying to fill this up with just adaptive frames. We've built up the foundation just enough. I did a lot of grinding, okay, which you're going to have to do as well. You know, I know that's like your playstyle, it's not your playstyle, but this is mostly to like, hey, let's knock it out first, versus dragging it through New Game Plus, you know, every single time. I know it says 434, but that's what's up. It's reading off 217 and 217. Anyway, this didn't take long at all. It feels like it does. It's not. Boom, right there. I guess I don't think I'm so I know it. Boom, done. Right? That's it. That's all you gotta do. Okay, so we're already at the point, and I still haven't gotten less than 1,000, you know, elements, like how many units I've used. I'm still up like 1,000 plus, you know, and all I'm gonna do is keep on building more and more and more. And I'm at the level 2 drilling rigs, and I'm trying to slowly build my way up to level 3. I have another base where I've built, I think it's this base, but I have a base that I'm building. I built an advanced reactor, and I gotta build a second one there because it's gonna get you know, hard to have iridium, uranium, you know, and plutonium being mined, and especially when I get to rank 3 stuff, it's gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna be a power nightmare. Which one do I want to do? You know what? We need to get into. Oh, you know what? Combat. Gotta get into combat. Gotta definitely get this into combat. Demolitions, incapacitation, particle beams, rifle certification. Yeah, let's. We need to start doing that. And then we'll get into here. But yeah, I got more rifles than I do these here. But yeah, we're rolling. We're going through. We're definitely going through. Level 54. I'll definitely get over to level. Ooh, I got a lot on me. I'm gonna keep on just spamming that until I get to like level 70. But in between though, on the live especially, because I do gotta fix the challenges, I'm gonna be going through, going back. I believe I went back all the way to Alpha Centauri, and I said I'm gonna look for places like this. Like, so example here, I'm gonna look for the mining outpost, and then I'm gonna. This area is already here, right? It's already the predetermined one. So I'm gonna go here, visit all the little spots that it has, little things I have to discover there, and then I'm gonna take off, go on to the next planet. You know, so maybe I go here to Kurtz. What does Kurtz have? Kurtz doesn't have anything. Okay, you know, whatever. Kurtz doesn't have nothing. All right, what's next? I'll come over here to Grism. Does Grism have anything? Has an abandoned outpost. All right, sure enough, that's where I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna visit places like that, take care of what little side quests I run into when I'm there. Abandoned mine, you know. I'm just gonna keep on visiting these places. Starting here, the enemies are low level, so you're a higher level, but they still kind of pack a punch. If you're not careful and you just think you're gonna walk in, it's fine. You can walk in, but don't be surprised. Okay. Other than that, guys, that is it. That is literally it. So this one video here showed just basically a showcase, and then also, of course, these several metal waivers, they do weigh a lot. But you know what's funny is that you'll get so much money. A value of 24, a value of 149. It's not the exact value, obviously, when you go sell it, but it's quite a bit. By the time you're done, you drain all of your resources here, and you let them build up again. All right, get as many levels as you want, get as many perks as you want. That's fine. But what's going to end up happening though is that you will need this to refill. You will need level 3 eventually to make it refill faster. You'll want that one perk, especially, that allows it to, you know, extract twice as fast. So we will need outpost management, you know, which means we do have to get in here more, which means, if anything, skill points, start putting them in here to scavenging and theft. Come in here, outpost management, once we're able to spend 4 or more spell points in social. So we're definitely gonna need that. It's gonna definitely help. But yeah, it's a long road. So anything in between like that, I'm gonna do on lives. But as far as like setting up bases and then what we're producing, I'll probably do all that on lives. And then when it comes like to the major stuff, we'll go into more missions and whatnot, especially these 3. You know, some of these other ones too, because they're a little bit hard as well. Failure to communicate, yikes. That's always a tough one. But until then, guys, check out those lives. I don't have a schedule, but I'm feeling though probably if Starfield uploads are on Wednesday, what I might do is I'll do a live maybe on Sunday, or maybe like on a Monday. You know what? Yeah, Monday. I could do those on Monday. Regardless, though, those are the for sure lives. Let's put it that way. I'll have for sure live on a Monday, but I could randomly, just in case, because I like watching streamers too. So sometimes I like to watch, and then if they're not streaming, then guess what? I'm gonna go live. And then I'll take care of a lot of this, because it's still a lot. Like, it's still a lot for one live stream. So we'll get it going. We'll get it building up. But that's gonna get more fun. I just don't want to do any more, you know, mundane work on episodes anymore. I want to actually like get into the, you know, the meat and potatoes of Starfield and what we're doing. You know, do the main objective too. You know, really get it going. But until then, guys, that's it for now, and I will catch you on the next one. See you soon.